Good morning, YouTube, from Robert Firestone, the flyover state of West Virginia. 10:36 a.m. Year of Lord 5/12/2021. Okay, here's how I've always did it for the people that subscribe to me or anybody else that runs across one of my videos and listens. I put out a link this morning to people that I hope to God pays attention to. There's nothing created that's worth keeping unless it's created by your own hands, okay, or your own being. I'm gonna tell, because this is to be a little long video. I got another channel that if anybody wants to link to, just let me know and I'll get you the link and drop it in one of the little bell notifications or whatever that I can to get you the information back. But I'm only allowed to do 15-minute videos on that one because they want me verified. Well, yep, it's me. But for some fucking reason, they want me verified. Okay. The story, and I think I've talked about this story before. Okay. I was working for a company, foreman, on school. Another individual that I knowed, okay, I've worked around at another company to come to work there as a boss. Okay. A superintendent / foreman type person. Okay. Real smart individual when it comes to plumbing and other things. I just didn't really realize the other things. Okay. He was getting ready to transfer 401k money from one account to his new account. Okay. The company is going to match him dollar for dollar. That was part of his sign-on bonus and agreement. Okay. But in their bylaws, their policies, it stated they would have to give permission for said transfer. Okay. That was the catch-22. They had to give permission for said transfer, but give him the account number thinking that he would come back to the office to have it verified. Well, there wasn't much they could do once he already done it, and he knew this. He played stupid with them because he seen how they was going to rip him off. They was going to give him dollar for dollar, but they was going to spread it out over a long period of time, hoping he'd quit, maybe get fired, whatever. Okay. For whatever reasons in their policy-ridden heads. But he went ahead and done it and brought the receipt back to him. Then within a couple of days, he went from 20 grand to 40 grand. There wasn't nothing they could do about it. But he understood how their policy worked, and he went around it. He played stupid in office and told them, well, I thought I was helping y'all. I didn't know I was going to cause problems. And they had to take it to the vice president and president of the company. And the vice president and president of the company come down and shook his hand. The president of the company pulled him to the side and told him, he said, you done something that most people didn't have no clue about. He said, can I ask you where you got the information to do this? He said, well, y'all gave me the account number. He said, I thought I was saving some individual here in the office some time. Played stupid all the whole fucking way and made 20 fucking grand. Okay. Policies, statutes, and codes. That's pretty much what it is. Okay. There's certain things after a company goes on for a certain many years, it's a mandatable type laws that they gotta cover. Okay. Safety equipment, OSHA rules, regulations, There's certain things in the book that is basically law, okay? And the rest of it's just fucking policy, okay? Most cops don't know they're enforcing a thing called a code or a statute. They can state it that it's a code or statute, but they do not know the law, okay? If they've gotten that good, they need a raise. They need to be put higher up in their organization known as the Brotherhood of Blue, because he's too smart to be out on the fucking street. Okay? This individual I'm going to turn y'all on to. I'm going to leave a link. I hope. And I gather, I'm hoping, I mean, people that subscribe to me, I know are well intelligent and endowed of understanding things. So there's going to be some people see this and not quite have an understanding. What I'm going to show you, what I'm going to try to explain to you, is this link is an individual that's got accreditations from state judges, federal judges, to practice law without a license. A pro se attorney, basically. Okay. My understanding, okay, what I've heard from other attorneys and other individuals, that a pro se attorney, say if you had to go in and do defend yourself, you're a pro se, basically. Whether you say it out loud or not, I believe there's some stipulations in it that you got to know before you go forth doing it. Okay. But a pro se attorney, there's a lot of things they can't be held accountable for because they're not a practicing attorney hooked to the bar association that gives them the right in their jurisdiction to practice law, or any other state to practice law. That was their way of skirting what should have been and what should not have been, being that the Bar Association it runs back to England. And I know there'll probably some dumbass want to argue with me over this, but I've done look for my damn self, and I've done listen to some other attorneys say the same damn thing, and other people that studied it. Yes, the Bar Association is hooked back to England to the Queen. That's an alliance that they give their membership to so they can practice law in the United States. Okay. Basically what it's there. It's like the middleman, so to speak, on a piece of paper. But anyway, this individual that I'm going to turn y'all on to in this link, this man has been in the legal system for many years, and he's going to state some things in this short, brief interview. Okay, this is coming from another YouTube creator's channel, but I do believe this is valid. I do believe this is true in every sense and regard of the truth, and it's being my First Amendment to move information around that I feel is true, legal, upright, outstanding information the world would be a benefit to all to listen. Write this man's name down, his emails, his websites. Just like the employee handbook in the beginning of this conversation. Okay. Any of us, because most of us were smart enough to know when we see screw-ups, loopholes, especially out of, say, an employee handbook of 100 pages. Okay. Now, it gets a little bit more complicated when you start playing in the laws, because there's hundreds and millions of fucking books dedicated to the law. Multiple years of the bullshit. Okay. So it's a little hard to do the same thing you would do with an employee handbook. Okay. This individual that I'm going to try to turn you all on to, he does this because he enjoys it. Okay. Here's one of the things that he knows the states and the governors, the jail systems don't want nobody knowing. And for y'all to get the rest of the information, you'll have to go to him, do you some homework, just under one subject, marijuana. According to him, and he said he can direct you right to it, in every state that marijuana has been legalized since the 70s. How many of your sons, daughters, mothers, brothers, sisters sitting in fucking charge or sitting in jail for a marijuana charge? This is why all these states are running around trying to get it legalized. Because if people start finding out before it gets legalized, under their terms and conditions, okay, that every one of these people's got a lawsuit for being incarcerated illegally. Being that the books in every fucking state state, my understanding, that marijuana has been legalized ever since the 70s. This man is also riding around with no driver's license. No tags on his car. Okay? Well, I'm just letting y'all know up front. For if this individual is upright and honest that I feel that he is, and this is the reason I'm putting out the information to all of y'all. If he's out here doing it, and he can show you how to go about it, don't y'all think it would be worth your time to find out? Because I can tell you this much. One, I don't know how many of y'all out there, y'all can leave me a comment if you want to, or a little bell thing, notification, on how many of y'all have been run out of a store in your state, county, local jurisdictions, trying to say that the store policy states this about the bullshit, this, okay? Well, let me explain something to y'all, and I didn't know this either. I got a business license. Okay, these business licenses are handed out by the state. Okay? In these business license bylaws, there's a thing in there that's customer rights. Okay? Or if you ever have this done to you again, you need to go get the main manager at the store, Walmart, Costco's, Kroger. Don't make a fuck where it's at. And you ask said individual known as management for if the store has a business license, and he's going to have to say yes. And if he does, he needs to go read the bylaws under the customer's rights. At said time, there's only certain instances that this said store can refuse you service only. They can't run you out, one. Two is if they refuse you service, it's got to be under these certain laws, rules, and regulations handed down by the fucking state for them to get their license. Okay. Two, for any of y'all, this ain't applied to all of you, okay? But you brainiac, fucking highly educated, fucking idiot managers, what y'all not understanding, some of y'all do, or if you don't, hopefully this will wise you up to something. Okay. You are the standing representative for that store. What this means is some old dumbass like me, if I get harassed by the store, I'm going to sue the manager because you're standing on their policies, enforcing the policy, not the store owner, not the owner of the business, but you. You understand? I can legally sue you, manager. Oh, you can't do that, Bubba. Yes, I can, because you're acting in the best interest of the store. They gave you the responsibility to be an acting individual as a store owner while you're there to enforce their policies. If not, you wouldn't be able to enforce the policies, would you? Okay? So to save y'all some aggravation and time, once people start figuring this out, and one of the reasons that I'm trying to move this forward under my First Amendment right, that I feel like that is wholeheartedly truthful and lawful, how many else old rednecks or young rednecks or just straight up individuals that done got tired of being shit on, okay, won't pick this up, go forth and start learning some more things about life that we should have never not learned because they kept it from us, okay? The ignorance of the law, remember? There's ways to even beat that. The guy goes into brief detail on what that really means. He also goes into detail, Governor of West Virginia and your cohorts, you've done broke at least 3 or 4 laws, and there will be, as of today on this is the notice that I give West Virginia. But there will also be a handwritten notice that you will be signing for. So you can't say that you did not get notice. Okay? Legally, I can't sue you until I give you the notice that why that I'm bringing this up. But there's laws here in West Virginia, okay, that you've done broke and went against, okay? And I'm just now finding out where they're at, how they're arranged, and how they're put in practice in the right way by someone like me. Okay? So I'm giving that warning too. That's a notice. This video, it's timestamped, dated. It's evidence. An email, timestamped, dated. It's evidence. It made it a legal document, okay? The United States Post Office, when you register a letter for somebody to sign for, it's called a notice. A little hard to say that you didn't sign it. Or the person that you give authority to make and sign for your mail still leaves you responsible because you gave them the permission to do so. So, I don't want to hear that bullshit either. But, this said individual that I'm going to give y'all, hopefully the link to, please watch the whole thing. And have an understanding what this person is trying to tell you all. That the law system, in a lot of ways, just to know a little bit of it will empower the shit out of you. Just a little bit of it. And where to go look and who to talk to. But like I said, this individual, I'm hoping, will help all of us be more in tune where to go and how to go and make this process a lot faster. These 100 million fucking law books turned into that little policy manual. Because all these rules, laws, and statutes, every state in the United States, there's certain ones that is guidelines that they, as elected officials have to follow. Also, these bullshit stores that try to run people out because of this, their managers can be sued. Not just under the ADA and the HIPAA Act, but that business license. They got to follow because of certain laws in the state that they got to follow for said customers. Because without the said customers, they have not a business. Is that not how it works? All right. I'm trying not to make this thing too long, but I'm trying to give complete description and detail of what I'm trying to get my point across here as truth, and trying to do it in a manner to where people that do see and hear this video and go to that link and write all the information down as you can on this individual. Because my understanding, this man's getting traction all over the United States right now, and here pretty soon he will probably be one of the busiest pro se lawyers in the world. Because the lawsuits that's coming is going to be astronomical on this court system and its so-called legal system. We start taking back what was given to us freely, okay? Or we keep letting them use it against us. Man's getting beat down with a ball bat, okay? Said individual beating the hell out of him, decides he's done beat that man enough, drops said baseball bat, and it falls down beside the man that just got his head half beat off his shoulders, but he's strong enough and aware enough that dumbass done dropped his weapon and left it laying beside him, and it gives him all the advantage in the world to pick it up and at least get one good swing in the back of the fucking head. So the tables turn. So I won't go into any more detail here. I'm going to be a little busy downloading this and on my regular site and downloading a less than a 15-minute video on my other site, just to make sure that I get this information out, because I feel like that it's fully valid for every one of us to know these things, to take and educate ourselves on what things are real and what things are not. The game we're playing right now with this system, it's illegal, it's wrong, we feel it, we know it. This may be the man that opens up the door, the avenue, the window, or whatever, to what needs to be done to shut these idiots down. He's done went through 3 different states, okay, and had the diaper mandate wiped completely fucking out because he shows proof and evidence in law or they're breaking the fucking law. So, being that I know this, I will look these laws up, and there will be a cover letter issued with said notice from said post office to said governor here in West Virginia and a few other reps with the so-called people that's supposed to be making fucking laws. There was never a law. None of this was never laws in any fucking state you're at. Because he has the power, an executive power, okay, known as an executive order. It's not a law. You know, there is 3 branches of government in every state as well as the so-called federal government. And when he EOs some motherfucker, he went completely around the legislation that's supposed to be making the fucking laws. Remember that. That's a hint. And like I said, the hint on the business license and these idiots, I know half of them scared to death. But if you explain, if somehow or another you get it through their fucking brainwashed head that they're being conned, that's all this is a fucking con. Okay, there's a lot of things going on in the background. There's a lot of things that people are not aware of because it's been hidden from them and covered up and sugar coated, given only partially the truth. Partial truth, still a lie. Once you actually can show and have these people understand that they're being used and lied to, I don't know of anybody that likes to be lied to. So this individual may or may not, depends on how much of your effort you want to help put into it. But you give this man a brief description on what's going on. You can pay this man an X amount of dollars to write that notice letter with the laws behind it stating where these idiots are breaking the fucking law. For I don't know how much he charges per letter, but if he's as busy as what I'm hearing and having an understanding, it would be well worth it to you all if you had to spend $100 per fucking page, because it would save y'all tremendous fucking time, unless y'all want to sit down and do it, which a lot of it I'm going to do that way. My understanding, he's also got templates. He also gives you the definition, breakdowns, and where to look in law books, certain law books, not all of them, but the right ones, to find laws that covers and shows the laws and rules actually being broke by our so-called fucking leaders and our governors and our senators and our congressmen and this legislation in every fucking state and federal. So I'm hoping this is a benefit to all of us. This is us putting our head in the game. If enough of us get together and do this in every state, city, local locality, however y'all want to see it, all of a sudden they start finding out that their protector, known as the law system, is no longer able to protect them because there's this thing called fair justice, okay? For especially as some dumbass like me uses this system, and this other guy that's just a pro se attorney, that's basically what he is out here whooping their ass with their own fucking words. I think it might be worth a look. Do you not think? But anyway, peace to all y'all. I hope this sits well with everybody. I hope this gets out. But like I said, you screw. This is my First Amendment right. And I do believe the information that I am bringing forward is truthful, lawful, and of all of my best ability to feel like that this is the truth. So don't be trying to screw me over this, because there actually might be one of y'all that's playing push button cowboy on my ass that may need this information as well. Because this man carries accreditations that's highly legitimate. And he's winning case after case after case after case. Hell, he's even getting people off of DUIs. Like I said, there's a lot of things we're doing because we give them, well, we complied to their bullshit when we should have never. Okay? Hunting license, fishing license, all of this shit. Marriage license. None of this we should be paying for. We're part and birth of this United States of America. These things we should not be paying for. And if you full-heartedly motherfucker that's sitting there Well, that's just taking income from the state. No, it's putting the fucking money in your pocket and allowing you to do what the fuck you want to do, dumbass. And you're not giving it to them. You don't have to. 90% of this is bullshit. Leave it as you wish. It don't matter. Y'all go forth. I'm just hoping this, like I said, this goes forth and it has full truth, transparency, and legitimately lawful and legal with my First Amendment right.